Good afternoon, Vanakkam. How are you all? Firstly, wish you a very happy chocolate day. I hope you are taking good care of your health. Today, we are meeting to talk something about PCOS, a tiny piece of information, my small cent to contribute. The reason why I chose this topic because in last few days when I was taking consultation calls, it was less about weight loss or fat loss, but more about females, especially females between the age of 20 to 30 or 20 to 40 suffering with PCOS. So let's talk a bit, let's dig deeper. Firstly, we should know what is the origin of the PCOS. Origin in the sense if the PCOS is a result of insulin resistance, is it of adrenaline origin, or is it caused because of hormonal pills? Is it because of the thyroid, or is it something else? Right? Now, there are very few things that you can notice in the beginning, and PCOS affects different women differently. But there are three major areas where PCOS will hit the woman. It's the reproductive health, the fertility, the metabolic health, and very important psychological health. So, how do you know it at home whether it's the beginning or you are already a sufferer of PCOS? As simple as it's irregular periods, you have skipped on your periods, or there are no periods at all. Okay. Second is if we want to see the PCOS is of the adrenal origin, we may see lot of facial hair which is called as hirsutism, also excessive hair growth on other parts of the body. There is also significant notice in the baldness pattern in females. These are all signs we can look at home for PCOS. Now, there are also ultrasound tests which are done for PCOS where they check your ovaries for the uh, tiny cysts or the follicles which are more than 20 in number. They are tiny sacs basically and underdeveloped or undeveloped eggs. Also, the size of either one ovary or both the ovary changes. It may increase. So it's different for different women to each her own. A doctor is the best person after the ultrasound and blood tests. Even in the blood test, you can understand what's the level of androgens. Androgens which contribute to the male hormones and the male characteristics in a female, right? So, but we should also think about that when we are addressing PCOS as a concern, please consult a good doctor to rule out if it's something which mimics PCOS but the reason is something else, and your doctor may prescribe you tests like follicle stimulating hormone, luteinizing hormone, uh, then prolactin hormone, some thyroid stimulating hormone tests, and other tests related to the adrenals, right? So there should be a clarity on what should be the mode of the treatment, all right? Now, if someone is on oral contraceptives, it becomes very difficult with consumption of oral contraceptives to gauge the authenticity of the results. So your doctor may ask you to be off contraceptives for like 3 months, and then he would diagnose you again. Now, along with PCOS, a doctor may also ask you to check your cholesterol lipid profile checked, your blood pressure checked, as well as your glucose metabolism checked. The reason being, PCOS, insulin resistance, heart diseases, and diabetes are very closely linked to each other. So keep a note of this. Fine. Now that we have talked about what are the causes, how does it affect, what is the approach, what tests will a doctor give you, let us talk about what can we do as a part of lifestyle correction. Now it's always based on the basic pillars of sleep, nutrition, and exercise. Let us talk about sleep first. We all ignore the power of a good sleep. So try to make a routine, a habit of a fixed bedtime. That should be not beyond 11 p.m. because that's where from 10 to 5 your hormones are at the peak activity. That's where your body will heal itself, it will work for itself. All you have to do is just have your dinner on time, 2 hours prior to your bedtime, and make sure you sleep not late than 11 p.m. All right, that should be your first step. Second is it should be nutrition. When it comes to nutrition, there are various approaches that people will adopt, but I will say go for a sustainable, doable, and a feasible approach. Opt for a quantified nutrition. Eliminate all the refined foods that you are currently on to, or even if you are not, that's a great thing. Even if you stick to your homemade food, please quantify it, right? Because every now and then when you will see a doctor, the first thing doctor will tell you is please reduce your weight for PCOS. That's a very general advice. By what the doctor means to say is correct your lifestyle. Okay, so try to include lots of whole grains, complex carbohydrates, fiber, a good quality protein, and minimum one serving of fruit in a day. Let's talk about the third pillar, that is exercise. Now, uh, any exercise routine is good, but I am an advocate of strength training and resistance training because I have seen immense changes when one sticks to this routine. Your body will change very slowly, but for good and for a sustainable result. The weight doesn't bounce back, and you will see a better you in terms of muscle, strength, bones, skin. So many things changes with resistance and strength training. So once you have started working upon the root causes of PCOS, you are ought to see PCOS is not curable, but you can definitely manage it better. There ain't a thing which we can't deal with a proper approach of nutrition, sleep, and exercise. And of course, it's imperative that you feed yourself with positive thoughts. uh, you give yourself very good auto suggestions. You should believe that what you are doing is going to work for you, and your belief will definitely work for you. So that was all about PCOS. Let me know if you have any queries. Please get in touch with me. Namo Narayana.